Quick background: Eagle Scout. Most of my camping bros are from Scouts. Cascade Ranges on the western side are temperate, wet, remote. Hobos and squatters / in the woodsmen are more common than you think. We were about 15 miles out from Trailhead, heading south from Highway 2. Crashed hard at a little caldera lake. Pretty remote. Made camp late, and we were tired as fuck. Only a couple guns with us, little 9-shot .22 revolver, 1.357 revolver, 5 of us, 17 to 24 years in age. Set up the tents about 150 yards from the waterline. Nightfall, and it's a cold camp. High fire risk, campfires banned, and we're still comparatively close to the trailhead, so we didn't want to get busted. 2 tents. Me and B in one tent, T, D, L in the other. We're used to the usual wood sounds. Small mammals running over the tent walls, skittery noises from the bushes. Some cougar in the area, some black bear, but we've never seen any. It had to have been about 0300 hours, when mine and B's tent shakes. It woke us both up. It wasn't a wind shake, this was someone grabbing one of the poles and shaking the fuck out of it. We yell, laughing, telling what we thought was the guys from the other tent shaking ours to knock it the fuck off. It keeps up for a good 10 seconds after we start yelling. B grabs his flashlight, says he's gonna fucking kill them if they rip his tent. Zips open the door, nothing. Let me be clear. He opens the door, we're in a clearing about 40 feet across, and we see nothing. T zips open his tent asking what the hell is going on. You can hear those zippers moving in the middle of the night, very, very clearly. I see him open it. I see his face. None of us see anything in the clearing, no tracks, no sign of a person. B and I are freaked. T, D and L are, confused but nervous. We talk it over, figure it was a raccoon and we missed it, and isn't anything to worry about. We go back to sleep around 03:30. I remember this next part really fucking well. I had just drifted off, the tent starts shaking again. This wasn't like before, this was like someone had grabbed both poles, denting the fabric down and in, near the top. The only way to do that and not dent in the tent we had was to be at least 6 feet tall, with a decent reach. The tent is shaking all over the place. B wakes up, shines his light, I see the dents, I yell something about motherfucker I see you knock that shit off. It continues until B slaps the tent up near the top. Nothing. Instant stop. No noise. T hollers, something about us shaking his tent. B opens the flap, white as a sheet. T opens his, white as hell. None of us see shit. Other than the tent shaking, none of us hear shit. Right. Okay. Trixie fucking wood hobo. We can't get out of there at night. Cloud cover, in a long valley rise coming up between 2 mountains. Darker than fuck. Figure whoever it is, he's wanting to scare us off. I get to be the brave one, and yell something about, we're leaving at daylight, let us be and we'll let you be, we're armed, and we aren't playing. D and L scavenge some down branches, because fuck this shit, we're scared and cold, build a quick fire. They don't need to leave the clearing, and we're keeping an eye out. Build a little fire, all of us up the rest of the night until daybreak. We are packed and out of there so fucking fast that we're on the trail, guns in hand before we can really see a damn thing. On the ride out, back to the main highway, we start comparing notes. And that's when we start getting those spine chills. There was no way that we could have missed a man, much less 2, shaking those tents in the clearing. There was no way it was a coon, there was no way it was a mouse, and there was no way in hell it was any of us fucking with the others. We don't talk about it much, and we've never gone back to that trail. 3 of us this time. It's a southern Washington trip this time, down on the coast in the Olympic Range area. Giant fucking trees, old growth as hell. It's about a year after the tent nope I just posted. B, me, and E. 1 3-man tent. We put up bear bags as a matter of course. Keeps the squirrels and coons out of them, and a lack of mouse shit in my oatmeal makes me a happy camper. Third night out, we're going to make trailhead for pickup in 2 days. Stop for the night at an old mine RR crossing a mid-size creek. I have my dad's .45, B has his .22 revolver, E has a bolt-action 30.06 of some kind. E's been potting bushtail rat for some stew meat. B and I haven't been without a gun or a serious knife since the tents. We rack out early, tired. Nothing, and I mean nothing, wakes us up. E wakes up first, wakes us up going outside to piss. I kinda fell back asleep, so I missed some shit, but he yells a couple minutes later. Something had taken a squirrel, reddish cedar squirrel kind, gutted it out, flayed the chest open, and tied it to the fucking bear bag. B and I don't even hesitate. We pack fast. 5 minutes tops. Guns out, watching shit. E is confused, scared. B tells him we're leaving. Now. No questions, just gone. It's about 24 miles to trailhead. 16 if we bushwhack and follow a river. We'd figured one more night in the plans, and we'd come out at a trailhead at the end of a Forest Service road about 10 miles from a county highway. We did that entire trip, bushwhack and 10 more in 1 day. Hustled it. Ditched the remaining food, left the bag where it was, hit the Forest Service road and kept on trucking. We flagged down a car, have them sell up our pickup and tell them to get out there soonest. And we just kept on down the highway for another 2-3 hours until T gets there with the truck. We were scared as fuck, and getting gone as fast and as far as we could. Shit, I'm tired. Missed a couple things. E had dropped the bag to get out shit for breakfast. He claims he hadn't seen it, and I believe him. The squirrel was tied with braided inner cedar lining Cambrian layer to the top of the sack where the suspension rope was tied. It was tied at the front paws, and then a band around the base of the body at the tail. After E had started yelling and woke us up, we didn't hesitate at all. Didn't touch the bag, and didn't look at it any more than necessary. I don't go in the woods anywhere near as much. And I never go alone. I always go armed. I've gotten married in the last 10 years, and my wife doesn't understand about why I'm always scanning the tree lines. Or why I won't let her or the kids go anywhere alone. I'm nervous out there, but so far as I can tell, that shit's all been mornings. Get off my land kind of things. Don't fuck with it, don't try and find it, don't hunt it, just get gone and don't go back. Okay, here we go. A little backstory, we'd been having problems with road hunting poachers around the farm, firing in the direction of our house, at our dogs, at us, basically anything that moved. The deputies could never catch them. It got to the point that the sheriff himself came down and told us that he'd ignore it if we were to do something like start an armed patrol. So we did exactly that. Driving the fence line with a farmhand and my sister. We see lights in the trees, around this creek bed that runs around the farm. Stop the truck, lock the doors, double check because I don't want a drunken trailer ape stealing it. We descend into the creek, moving all stealthy and shit. Find a truck, record the plate before continuing pursuit of lights. Suddenly hear gunshots. A lot of gunshots. Aw shit, those drunk bastards are shooting at the house again. We run ahead to stop them. Suddenly, it stops. Zero sound. We come up on where the shots came from. No one's there. Fistfuls of spent brass, lot of disturbance to the ground. Trees in all directions had damage from gunfire. Strangest of all, in the center of this mess, is a pristine folded newspaper hat. Farmhand informs us the light we were following is gone. Sister points out that ALL light is gone. Sure enough, the sky is solid black. No moon, not a single pinprick of light to be seen. Nope levels in the regione. Backtrack to the poacher truck. Sister nudges me as we pass. There's a row of newspaper hats on the dashboard, right next to VIN. We wrote the VIN down earlier. There were no hats then. Nope levels have reached critical mass. We book it to the truck. Truck door is open, dome light is on. Fucking newspaper hats, one for each seat, waiting inside. Drove like a bat out of hell to the house, threw those hats in the fireplace. Reported poacher truck to sheriff. It was towed off the next morning and impounded as evidence. Still no idea what happened to the poachers. Be late 90s. Going camping with uncle and little nephew. Be in the mountains. Have to hike in for 3 hours. Me with cold air and half-hour gear. Uncle and nephew have 10-22 and 20 gauge. Taking shots at small rabbits and squirrels. Get to our campsite. Picturesque, overlooking a mountain lake and snow-capped peaks. Begin fishing and setting up. I start to cook the trot when I notice something across the water. Tall, dark, shadowy. Blended into the trees almost. Grab binoculars. Shadowy figure gone. Visible difference, not just some light trick. Pretend it didn't happen. Dinner time. Rainbow trout, fried rabbit, and baked potatoes. All is good. Fast forward. Everything cleaned up and put away. Uncle and little nephew intense. Be sitting drinking Earl Grey. Not a Brit fag, I just like tea. Put another log on and notice a shadowy figure again. Grab Colt and aim. It's not moving. Just staring. Maybe 30 meters away, just staring. Decide to not move and just look at it with finger on the trigger. Hear owl. Quick glance away and back. Shadow gone. Light the lantern and stay up until 6 a.m. Leave after breakfast. I turned back maybe twice as we were walking out, and both times I noticed it at the edge of my vision in the shadows. The scariest fucking thing in my life. Northern Oregon. Stumble onto convents of people living in the woods. Find a super old tent made of some bleached leather. Inside. Black tree stump. Horse skull. Dagger thrust into the forehead. 2 gems in each eye socket. Candle burning on top of its skull. Small bowls of ash and what was certainly blood sitting beneath it. Human finger wrapped in horse tail. Human fucking finger. Nope the fuck out. Gripping my 45-70 like I'm going to be raped by a black bear. That feel when almost every time you go in the woods here something fucked up happens. Second story. Be about a year and a half ago. Be with some friends drinking up in the woods. We all have guns. Hear rustling in woods. Everyone draws a gun. A lot of people farm weed up here. And will certainly kill someone stumbling onto their 200k worth of drugs. Old guy that looks like shit stumbles out of the woods. Looks at us. Laughs. Takes out a knife. Cuts his face. Stabs it into a tree. Shambles off into the woods laughing. Everyone's on edge. Move to trucks. Form a circle. Huddle with friends. Throughout the night. Start hearing wild as fuck laughter. Loudest shit any of us have ever heard. We all pile into one of the SUVs. Fall asleep still drunk gripping guns. Wake up. Friend starts flipping the fuck out. Look out front window. Blood all over the fucking windshield. Go outside. Like 10 coyote bodies stringed together on his grill. Blood covering all of the other trucks' windshields. Look up in trees. Skeletons and rotting bodies of other small animals. Those were certainly not there the night before. Everyone nopes out like fuck. Cuts the wire the bodies were strung to his SUV with. Splash water on windshields. Was this guy just a crazy old fuck? But if he was, how the fuck could he laugh at so fucking loud? Drive out of there like a bat out of hell. This happened way back in the day when I was just a soccer mom's chillin', so pardon the hazy/vague details if they come up. Be about 8 to 9.5. Little wimpy city boy. Grandpa was in World War II. Got shot in the leg and walked it off. Too manly for me. calls me a little bitch. And his words, "We're gonna change that." Mom doesn't know any of what he said. Background info time, he loves inner-woods camping. Invites my mom and I to go with him. She declines. Feel like I just missed the last chopper out of Saigon. We go camping. The old fuck pulls out 2 old as fuck guns. I'm like, what the fuck is this? He replies gruff as fuck, M1 Garand from my army days, and a Browning automatic shotgun. Gives my twig ass a full-blooded rifle. We go inner-woods as fuck in Kentucky. I'm not stressing because I'm like the place where chicken comes from. Gets dark, quick. I'm kinda nervous, but I hold it in, because I'm not gonna wimp out with cramps, and the rifle is pretty fucking cool. We set up. Gets deathly quiet. Really nervous now. I don't feel safe. Finally say something. You finally feel it, huh? True fear. They're out there, at least 2. What's out there? Them. Descriptive as fuck.jpg. Anyways, I'm shitting bricks, mortar and shingles. Hear rustling. Immediately head rifle up. Hear low growling. Gramps lights up flare out of nowhere. Silhouetting this giant bear / Bigfoot / Wolverine type thing. I shoot once. Miss. Cry from recoil. Shoot again, this time from hip. Hit in arm. Howls like fuck. Shoot again. Miss. Meanwhile Gramps is smiling like a madman. Empties like 3 shots into another one of those things. Don't know what happened to his, as I was more focused on mine. Shoot again. Hit. By now this thing is running at me angry as fuck, so in my terror I let off the remaining 4 shots. Hit every last one. Gun goes peeing. What the fuck does this mean? At last second Grandpa hits this thing in the dome piece with 12 gauge fury. Survive. Leave. Never tell anyone. I'm a man now / K. Much later. Be 18. Am now very fond of stopping power, because I don't wanna have another ping encounter with shit still running at me. 3006 is best 30. Understand how guns work now. Gramps believes I am man now. Lets me hang out with his army buddies. He's like 70 at this point. Buds are also 60 to 70s. Why do I hang with these old fucks? They propose some redneck type shit where we all drive out in the woods and kill some deer, illegally. I'm like, fuck it, might as well. Out west so I'm not so scared of things from Kentucky. Have big ass rifle and fat cock syndrome so I'm cocky as fuck. We drive all the way out to Colorado in some beater ass Ford F-150s and RVs. Ass is sorer than a straight nigga's first day in jail. We get out. They all just set up snares in like 30 seconds. It's still daytime, guys, what are you doing? Gramps replies, you didn't think we were actually hunting deer, did you? Nope.jpg. Yeah, Anon, you're ready for the real deal. What the fuck is real deal? Wasn't that last time? Yeah, these buggers are faster and clever. Hands me primitive ass goggles that aren't night vision, but help in the dark. Hands me sheet of paper, tells me it's the challenge. Why didn't you just tell me it? Because then they would know, they're watching us right now. What's watching us? Them. Still descriptive as ever. All his friends start pulling out big ass guns. Dwarf my M1. Little dick.jpg. We set up camp. Starts getting dark. Gramps is like they're coming soon. My ass is like DEFCON 0 with a heart rate of 202, scanning constantly. All of a sudden a squirrel carcass is flung from trees. My candy ass is scared shitless. See one of those fuckers, like a bent over human, but bony as fuck and tall. About 100 yards up a gentle hill. Try to blast his ass. Miss. Lets out this growl like a death metal band. Shit concrete and rebar, no bricks this time. Hear a cacophony of noises from the woods. Almost like deranged fans at a dogfight. In this time I've lost vision on senior skinny body. Start frantically scanning again. See him standing with another one. Eyeing us. Aim. B5. Hit. You sunk my battleship. I kid you not, K. The thwack this thing made when I hit it sounded like when you crack a baseball bat. Its head just splatters. Try for other one. Miss. I have bad aim. In meantime, Gramps and the 95th Retirement Home Corps start hitting other things. They move back into the woods after about 3 confirmed thwacks. Rest of night uneventful minus noises of wounded things. Never top back. Tell the locals about this one. Laugh at me for being a bitch. Seriously, what is wrong with you people? Leave. I didn't ever go on a trip with my grandpa until the day he died after that. Be me, 18 years old, kind of a dumbass. Have dumbass friends, lots of fun, we all been there. Living in Texas, there isn't really that much to do if you can't drink/get fucked up and are broke. My friend, D, was kind of the ringleader of my friends, had a semi-cult of personality thing going on. One night he brings up the Baker Hotel. The Baker Hotel was an abandoned luxury resort in Mineral Wells, Texas. Google it if you want some sort of neat ghost stories. Lots of locals knew him. Let's go explore the thing, anon. Should make a neat story. I've never really believed in ghosts but could be cool. We end up going with 2 other bros we used to smoke weed with back in the day. Good times. I take a medium-sized knife and a flashlight, as well as a flask of courage juice. The story takes place when the hotel had just changed hands to a private party, with the idea to renovate. Fences had been put up to keep out meth heads and the like. Get up to the hotel, looks spooky as fuck. Jump fence, walk through a door with busted glass. There is a small amount of light visible as we enter the lobby. Flashlight is only showing enough for us to pick our way forward, did this on purpose to reduce light signature to outdoors. We decide exploring the upstairs rooms is first thing to do. Stories about a mistress jumping out of the 13th story window, supposedly ghosts and shit. We take the fire escape stairs, kinda dingy, nothing great. Not too much happens up there, we didn't know where the ghosts were, we were a little buzzed on wild turkey and making jokes. Decide to go to the basement. Location of a stabbing murder way back when. What could go wrong, yeah. We head down the stairs from the rooms. One of the guys, let's call him Jay, decides someone needs to look out for police. Bullshit, you're just too scared. I sorta was too. I'm losing that warm bourbon feel. I'm now on DEFCON 2. No idea why, just feeling like I want to get the fuck out. We are passing the lobby, heading into the basement, nobody's joking around anymore. I guess we all sort of wanted to leave, but being young men we let each other drive us forward. Each step down feels like I'm heading to an execution. Step down onto concrete floor, flashlight not showing shit. Look back up, Jay's cell phone has a flashlight, given the year, this was considered a high-dollar utility. He was looking down, kind of white but whatever. D decides we need to look around a bit. Come on guys, we need to see the shit. There may be cool stuff round here, too. Looking back, he was just rallying the troops. And maybe himself. We begin to move through the basement, head through all the rooms. Fucking too spooky, I wanted to bolt up the stairs, but stay with the guys at the same time. Not much to see, some rusted stuff, the kitchen is the last room we're in. Now, just some countertops and a nice pantry with a metal door. We speculate it was a fallout shelter in the past. D, being our little adventuring group's swinging dick, walks towards the pantry. I voice my concerns about getting that door open if it were to shut. Just giving him an out, really. I just want a look, anon. He takes a step in, takes a look around. Suddenly the entire basement is fucking freezing. It went from a solid 55 Fahrenheit to what seems like 20. Fucking instantly. NOPE.jpg. Come on, D, let's go. It's creepy as fuck down here. He comes back to our little group leaning on the counters. He says, "Hey, did it get colder?" As soon as colder leaves his lips, my flashlight goes out. Oh, dead batteries. No, fresh batteries. I don't say that out loud. This, in addition to the colder temperatures, have got me on a goddamn knife's edge. If I still had light, I'd be up those damn stairs right the fuck now. This is the last place I want to be right now. Instead, I feel like I'm about to cry. Fuck this place. At this time in my life, I was a heavy smoker. Paid off this one time. Pull out my trusty Zippo. Sparks once, twice, then a big ass, freshly fueled flame. The light makes me be less of a pussy. I can see my friends too well, but I can see their outline and such. All three accounted for. My brain is yelling at me to take off up the stairs now, knows exactly what's up. But I'm a hard motherfucker, gotta keep cool for my friends. Well, I got a light anyway, boys. It's all good. I can barely keep my legs from carrying me up the stairs on their own. When the guy to my left turns away, walks directly into the pantry. What the fuck, man? Everything clicks. Jay is the smart motherfucker at the top of the stairs. DEFCON 1 missiles have been launched. I can't move. Leave. Just one word, coming from the pantry. In the daytime, anywhere else, it would be perfectly normal. Not shouted or anything. Just a slightly high voice telling us to exfil. Lighter goes out. Huge metal on metal clattering noises, like someone is throwing goddamned washing machines. Everywhere. Not paying any attention, going towards where I think the stairs are. Fuck my friends, fuck seeing where I'm going, fuck everything. Trip. Onto some stairs. Look up. I can see Jay's light on the wall. Stairs were in an L shape. He's yelling down to us, asking what the fuck is happening. As I'm jumping to my feet, something runs past me. D, and the other guy I never told you the name of, N, if you're wondering. Good guy, N. Follow them. Jay sees how we're running and decides to follow like the place is exploding. Can't go out the front doors, they are these heavy motherfuckers that are bolted into place. And fucking plows through this little garden door on the side of the lobby. Didn't try to open it or move through where the glass was broken. Just stampedes through it. We all follow. Fucking trip over the door threshold outside. All four of us are on top of each other, no homo. Hear those big ass front doors that were locked fucking slam and bolt. When we were heading back to the car, I looked back. Those heavy damn doors were shut, just like they had been. And that's why whenever anyone mentions a ghost or anything like that around me, I nope the fuck out. Even if they were joking, I change the subject, or just laugh a little and shut up. A few blocks away from where we parked, we stopped at a gas station to catch our breath. Some what the fucks were had. Jay had no idea what happened besides some noise, and we didn't really fill him in. He asked later and we told him most of the story. Fuck that place. They should skip renovation and burn it down. Visiting Western Australia. Camping in the southwest with a buddy and his sister. First night here, movement outside camp perimeter. Buddy assures me it's just feral cats. Wake up to find supplies rat-fucked around the place. Clearly torn open as according to packet instructions, no clawed open. Buddy puts a padlock on it. Go out and plink with .22 rifles. Find a den set up near dunes. Jewelry, phones, random belongings all piled up. Buddy assures me it's just someone sweeping the beach with a metal detector. Come back to camp and play some games. Wake up late the next morning to find the esky dragged away. Follow the drag marks. They end in the sand. Follow a hunch and check out the den. Esky lock is smashed open. Food is everywhere. There's cat holes around the corner. Stinks of waste. Come back and inform Buddy on my findings. Decide to leave and go somewhere else. Finally pack up and leave at sundown. driving out of the ground and back onto the highway. Buddy stops. There's string and wire strung out all over the road, connected by the trees. Get out to take them down without thinking. Buddy pulls me back in. His sister passes him a shotgun. He steps out and fires a shot into the trees. Flash lights up the tree line. 20 plus small, shadowy figures. All carrying long sticks. They scatter. Buddy climbs back in and drives through the trees. Tire gets punctured. Buddy doesn't stop to change it until we're miles away. When I was 9 or so, I had a ghost dog save me too. I refer to him as Angel Dog. Me and a buddy be walking in the woods of Washington State. We always called it Bigfoot hunting. Today we packed a lunch and decided to go real far into the woods. We follow a shallow creek that we can walk side by side in, must have been 3 or 4 inches deep. We see movement off to the right, about 100 meters out. More than 2 shapes stop, brown, look like boxers or pit bulls. Instantly, the air is filled with barking and they start dashing for us. Me and my bud are noped as fuck, start peeling down the creek the way we came. Classic scene, we come to a drop in the creek, an old grouse log is laid down and made a 2-foot drop. Jump down, start moving, look over our shoulders. Both beast dogs are leaping off of the laid down tree/waterfall. Get that deep down pit feeling, welp, we're dead. Out of fucking nowhere an even bigger German Shepherd leaps out of the bushes. Coming perpendicularly out of the woods, the Shepherd collides with both pit bulls in midair. Dogs start going at it right in front of us, we are both too shocked to move a muscle. Shepherd kicks the pit bulls' asses and they scooch off. German Shepherd comes up to us wagging its tail. Both of us grab hold of a chunk of its fur. It guides us back home, right up to the border of the forest and my bud's backyard. Just stops, we let go, and it runs off. Never see Angel Dog again. Camping in Scottish Highlands, I live in Ayr, about 40 minutes south of one of the main towns called Glasgow. You might remember it from when there was a terrorist attack on the airport where a baggage handler knocked the fuck out of a terrorist, and recently a police helicopter crashed into a pub and killed 14 people. Fortunately in Royal Marines, allowed to carry service sidearm and fighting knife if in uniform. Get around the rules by wearing uniform whilst camping. Foolproof.jpg. Eating rabbit. Nice shit. With a buddy of mine and a fellow Marine. Chilling by fire and friends are washing in a river about 10 feet away. Stick snapping, attributed to wildlife. Further stick snapping. Rustling in bush. Not on my watch, you fucking rapist murderer. Fire 2 shots from service pistol Glock 17. Not bad but not the best. Preferred the P226 we used to use. My face when I hear a deer yelp and fucking charge through the bush at me. A fucking deer. Completely stunned, deers are normally timid. Proceed to empty clip into charging deer, still completely shocked at the situation. Still fucking amazes me to this day, deer are normally scared shitless of humans and I would have thought the noise alone of the gun firing would have made it fuck off, but this thing didn't. On a side note, we ate it and used some as bait for fishing. Fun time. Okay. So I lived in Tennessee till I was 3, then we moved to Oregon for about 2 years, then we moved to Georgia, Gwinnett County, and I'm still there. I'm not sure exactly where we were in the state, but I think in the northwest part of the state. The area we lived in was nice, I miss it. Well laid out, everything of importance within walking or biking distance and no fear of kidnapping and such because good people all around. Nice church. And even though no one believes anymore, we still talk to some of the people we met there, including the pastor, nice guy. We met some people there, I don't remember the parents really, but I remember Brian and Gavin, they were fucking crazy. Never seen 2 people fight like that. But back to the story, so we all went camping together on the reg, about once a month. It was fun, I'm glad my parents did it, because if not for that I don't know if I would love the outdoors like I do. I still go camping even after what happened. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I was 5 at the oldest when this happened. Details are a bit fuzzy. I don't remember much about the place we camped, vague recollections of gravel paths and trees. What I really remember is what happened. I'm sitting around the fire with a few people roasting marshmallows, my siblings and Brian and Gavin, maybe the parents. I guess it's not really important who was there. I finish roasting my marshmallow and look up to ask for the chocolate and graham crackers for a s'more, and I'm alone. Last time I looked up was less than a minute ago when I was handed a marshmallow, and there were at least 4 people with me, and now I'm alone. Not only am I alone, but the tents, the cars, the chairs everyone was sitting in, gone, not a trace. And I can now see the campsite if I close my eyes. Teardrop-shaped, ringed with trees, places for tents on one side, fire pit on the other, table in the middle. It doesn't stay that way though. All of the other sites are gone. I could see them through the trees before, but now they're gone. Not empty, fucking gone, no trace, just like everything else. I become aware that there is no sound, not even my feet crunching the gravel as I move. I turn back to the fire, and it's gone. I looked over at the table, then the tent platforms, but they're not there. I look back to where the fire was, trees, fucking out of nowhere, big ass 5-foot thick fucking trees. No space between them hardly, not even enough for me to slip through. Look over to where the table and tents were, trees, fucking trees. This puts my head on a swivel, which is the worst thing I could do, because every time I look away I lose a little more ground to the trees. After a few moments there's no more room. I'm trapped between this mass of trees which seem to fuse together and start growing inward, like it formed the outside of a tree and then started to fill in the middle around me. The next thing I know I'm in a hospital. I was found on a tree stump miles from my campsite, naked, shaking and catatonic 2 days after my last memory of sitting at the campsite with everyone, after which nobody else seems to be clear on what happened. Just a few months after that we moved to Georgia. There's no real conclusion to this. I don't know what happened, nobody else knows or they won't tell me. The doctor said I was fine, not even dehydrated, and after I woke up, I just wanted to go home. Sorry this doesn't have a better ending. Maybe I'll look into what happened more at some point, but not yet. Another drunken on here. I went for a walk in the woods last month. I had just gotten my Flectarn parka from Nugget Enterprises. I grabbed my phone and headlamp and decided to take a walk in the woods near my college. There's a fairly large trail system, and a lot of people party in a few areas in the woods. I was in the middle of a massive project and decided I needed a break. I wanted to see just how warm the parka was, and figured I'd take a bit of a hike. I followed some trails for a while. Went down to one party area, nobody was there. Saw the remains of a bonfire in the middle of the fucking trail at one junction. The ashes were cold, nothing really out of the ordinary. After a while, I started to head back. Decided to listen to some music, so I popped my earbuds in and pulled up some shit on my phone. I followed a trail that I knew was taking me back, was watching the position of the moon, and was a bit warm from the parka. I'm in Maine, but it was November and chilly. I had my headlight on, and was shining it to the sides of the trail as I walked. Situational awareness and all that. Anyway, as I was going along, I hit a tiny clearing in the middle of this pine forest. As I shone my light off to the left, some massive bird flew up. Sounded like a grouse, large wing strokes, bulky bird, but I couldn't see it. It flew off into the tree line from the sounds of it. I wasn't expecting anything, and the noise scared the fucking shit out of me. After that, I was spooked. The woods had seemed normal up to then, but all I could think of was skinwalkers and skinwalker stories from /K/and/X/. It was about 3 minutes later that I smelled it. The same kind of smell that people talk about in skinwalker stories. I never believed in skinwalkers, but I knew that the town was pretty important during the Revolutionary War, and that Indians had lived in the area. The smell was heavy and had a strong metallic air to it. Copper or iron? I couldn't really tell. I just hunched over and walked a little faster. Sometimes it was stronger, sometimes it was weaker. After a few minutes, it just seemed to go away. The smell spooked me. I had goosebumps, not just the kind on your arm, but the hair on my back was standing up. That was of significant concern to me, because I'm not easily scared. But what really got to me was what happened a few minutes after the smell vanished. The temperature rose about 10 degrees as a breeze started. Now, it's November. In Maine. It's pretty fucking cold out. And there is absolutely fucking nothing that I know of that will cause a sudden breeze to blow in your face 10 degrees hotter than usual. I came close to panicking. I had no weapons, my SKS was locked in a locker in the campus security building, half a mile away, and with no ammo. I didn't even have a knife. I did the only thing I could. I kept walking, listening to my music, my headlamp on and pointing towards the ground. The breeze died down. The smell returned. I kept walking. I was fucking terrified. Every hair on my body was standing up straight. I eventually reached the gravel path that took me out of the woods. Not long after, the smell vanished again. I kept walking on out. I got to the main road, walked back to my room, and drank a significant amount of alcohol. There are a couple conclusions you could make. Maybe Maine skinwalkers are relatively benign. Maybe if you mind your own business and are just trying to leave, they'll allow you passage. Maybe Flecktarn repels them. Maybe they don't like electronic music. I don't know. But I'm in no hurry to go back at night, especially alone, and especially unarmed. I should also mention, every bit of this is true. I know that a lot of the skinwalker stories that get posted are fake. This isn't. This is everything I remember about that night. I told one person after I got back, and I don't even know him IRL. I don't really want to talk about it much. The only reason I typed this out is because I had been drinking and I thought you guys might appreciate a real story.